Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. I want to send double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to y'all came out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, sincerity and truth. This is Brother Ariella. In this lesson, I want to do another 12 tribes review. Today, what we're going to talk about real quick is the tribe of Naphtali. That's from Argentina to Chile. You look up this word Naphtali. The word is Naphthalia in the Hebrew, and it means wrestling. Or my wrestling, all right? And concerning the prophecy in the last days concerning this tribe, Jacob said this, Genesis 49:21 says, Naphtali is thy hind let loose. He giveth goodly words. Now, when you want to talk about that hind let loose in the last days, it talks about when you go into this region of Argentina and Chile, even when you go into Paraguay, Uruguay, and those surrounding regions, these men were great horsemen, great cowboys. They were called gauchos, okay? And before I move forward, I want to say this too, is when you look into this region, Jake was mixed around throughout South America. So you might have some mixing of the tribes of Asher, okay, with Naphthalia. And then you also had the Southern Kingdom that was brought into captivity in Brazil and some of these other regions. So you have a lot of Judah and Benjamin and Levi mixed in there as well, okay? But for the sake of these lessons, I'm just sticking to this particular tribe as the end time prophecies indicate, okay? Now, returning back to the gauchos, when it talks about Naphtali as a hind let loose. When you go into this history, they have a rich history. I want to get this right quick. When you look up gaucho, it says a gaucho is a skilled horseman reputed to be brave and unruly. The figure of the gaucho is of a folk symbol of Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil, and the southern part of Bolivia, and the south of the Chilean Patagonia. Gauchos became greatly admired and renowned in legend, folklore, and literature, and became an important part of their regional cultural tradition, beginning late in the 19th century. After the heyday of the Gauchos, they were celebrated by South American writers. Okay, so they have legendary stories and everything like that that you can kind of go into when you look them up. And just for the sake of bros kind of seeing a little bit of what they do, I'm going to play this.
In the countryside of Argentina, cowboy life has scarcely changed over the past 3 centuries. The gaucho is a hero here, a legendary figure, larger than life. But these are the real gauchos, men who still live this life, the way of the gaucho. If there is such a thing as a classic gaucho, it is Don Jose Anzola. He believes solitude helps preserve the purest form of gaucho life.
If I couldn't live in the campo, the countryside, an unthinkable thought. I don't know what I'd do. I'd rather live in a shack out here than in a palace in the city. There's too much I'd miss. The sound of hoofbeats, the birds at dawn, sipping mate in the clean air. No city has that.
Right. So very rugged type of lifestyle. But when you read the second part of this prophecy, it says that he giveth goodly words, and some of the one of the cultural aspect about Argentinians and even Chileans is how hospitable they are and how easy they are to meet. And from personal experience, every time I've met people from Argentina, they have been very warm, very welcoming, very kind. You might be out and about. You literally can go and join them for drinks, and you don't even have to know them. You can just get to know them in that moment. But just the whole sentiment, everybody knows. One of the most famous Argentinians is Lionel Messi, and he's known for his kind of like friendly demeanor, kindly demeanor. Yeah, it's just kind of the way they are. Now, I pulled this up real quick. Just typed it in, and it says it's a journal. Somebody journaling their travels, and it says Argentina, the most hospitable country in the world. All right, and so I kind of pulled this up, and you skip on down here, and it even has a picture of the Argentinian soccer team with Lionel Messi when they won the World Cup. It says Argentines are friendly, helpful, and energetic people. If you find yourself in the company of Argentines, you will feel comfortable and easy. They will welcome you with open arms. This people is distinguished by the ability to enjoy the moment and appreciate every day of life. Okay, appreciate every day of life. So that that just kind of fits in right there with their given to goodly words as far as Naphtali and their spirit. All right. Now, when you skip over and you go to Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter, and you read the 23rd verse, it says, "And of Naphtali, he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full with the blessing of the Lord, right? Possess thou the west and the south." Now, when you look and you want to make sense of this, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. No, I don't want that. I want just 1 second here. When you look at a map of Israel, you see here Naphtali, and you can tell, Salakia, that they are not in the south and they are not in the west. If matter of fact, they're absolutely opposite of that as far as the region of the lands given to the tribes. They are northeastern in the land. And so we know this is talking about end time prophecy. So now when we check and we look at a map here, we see that Argentina to Chile, these lands and these regions over here in South America, and where are they? They're positioned towards the west, here in the west of the land of this nation. All right, so in the Western Hemisphere, they're south, the most south in the Western Hemisphere. All right, which fits what it says here for them to be blessed in these lands, which are rich with minerals, um, all types of natural resources, beautiful, gorgeous beaches that people love to go travel to in Chile, mountainous regions, and just all types of just beautiful landscapes. And so that kind of shows you how they're in that west and that south region that we read here in Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter, giving us a further clue of who these people are in the spirit that have traveled over here to these lands from the time of the Assyrian captivity that we talk about, so on and so forth. So that's all really, man. It's pretty straightforward with Naphtali. It's not a whole bunch of extra stuff. We'll move on to the next tribe on the next one. With that being said, we'll say, Call Halal Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to Yakim out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, sincerely and true. Shalom.